Good evening. It's Tyler with the Flying Company again. Let's talk a little bit about getting started as a pilot. So, on the homepage for flyingcompany.com, you will see down at the bottom supported aircraft. So, these are the aircraft that we are supporting at any given time. Hope to be able to add more. The data on here is not accurate. This is just a demo version of the website. But you'll be able to see how many pilots fly each of these types of models who already have accounts on flyingcompany.com, as well as the total time on average that they have, as well as the make and model time. If you forget kind of how Flying Company works, you can go down here and see how it works. Please note you've got this banner up top where right here it says pilot. So there are two sides to this website. You can either be a pilot or an operator. There's some people who you might be the chief pilot who has to hire a contract pilot from time to time, but then you also do contract pilot on the side, flying on the side. So therefore, you can have two profiles with the same email address. But we're just going to be talking about pilot stuff today. So menu bar is pretty much where everything goes on. So trips is right here. This is new trips that I have not provided a quote for. Quotes is trips that I have provided a quote for that I've not been hired for yet. Upcoming are trips where I have been hired as the pilot and they are upcoming. And then past is just all the trips that are in the past. When you first sign in, you will see a yellow banner up here that says you have onboarding items to accomplish. So pretty much what that means is you have to go through and update general information, certificates and ratings, hours, and insurance questions. What's important about this, aside from the fact that you can't create a quote until you've done that, is that we want to make sure that when operators are reviewing quotes from pilots, they are getting a very accurate picture of who you are as a pilot, what your experience is, your certificates, your ratings, your hours, so that they can make the most educated, decision possible. So please, take your time going through this stuff. Treat it in the same way that you would if an insurance broker gave you a pilot history form to fill out, because I'll get to that here in a little bit. But it shouldn't really take more than 20 minutes, depending on how much you know all this stuff off the top of your head and how much you have to look it up. But general information, pretty straightforward. I'm logged in here as old Pete Maverick Mitchell. So straightforward, just contact information, personal information, about you section. Next is certificates and ratings. So you can put in your medical certificate, your ATP or commercial, and your flight instructor. Upload the front and back of that. That's all going to come into play when you download your pilot history form, which I'll show you here in a minute. You can add your ATP ratings, your type ratings, commercial privileges if you have them. Flight instructor information. Again, won't look at that yet. Pete Mitchell does everything, doesn't he? Hours and training, you go through, put in your hours from this matrix, as well as add whatever type ratings or other aircraft qualifications you have, along with the training facility and the diploma. And then lastly is insurance questions. These are all taken from various pilot history forms from insurance brokers across the country and aggregated here. So I believe there's 8 of them. Just go through, if there's any yeses, hit yes. It'll open up a little text box so you can put a brief little description in there. And then at the very bottom, you're certifying that all this information is accurate. Again, treat this in the same way, please, that you would a pilot history form given to you by an insurance broker. At that point, you can, if you want to review it, you can hit download pilot history form, and you're going to get something that looks like this with all of your information put in there. So every time you update it and save it in the system, you can download a new pilot history form. And feel free, to use this whenever you need to. If somebody asks you for a pilot history form, you can just log in here, update your information real quick instead of having to write it out every single time. Under billing and payments, for a pilot, billing and payments is pretty simple. It's really just a deposit account, right? We need to make sure that there's somewhere that the operator can send you, the money that you've earned by being a pilot for them. We use Stripe for payment processing, so please just kind of follow the guidance that Stripe provides here when you first get logged in order to create a Stripe Connect account. And if you have any issues, by all means, please reach out to me, Tyler at flyingcompany.com. Down below, you'll see where you can put in the default flying day rate for whatever models of aircraft you're qualified in, as well as the default travel day rate. You can always change these when it actually comes time to provide a quote, but these will just be the defaults that will go in there in the beginning. And that is about it. So that is how you navigate the Flying Company website and how you get onboarded as a pilot.